Hey everyone, thank you for tuning in live and for everyone watching the replay. There's quite a few people last time that did, so that's great. Love it. Today we're talking all about personal responsibility, which is it's a big one, and it kind of all of our situations that we find ourselves in, all the circumstances, we really have to look in the mirror to get to the root cause, and it's always us. It's us what's staring back in the mirror. So for myself, I used to look and I was like, I'm out of shape. Well, I'm out of shape because what? Because I've, not working out. I've come home after work and sit on the couch. I put shitty food in my body. I stay up way too late eating chips, eating pepperoni, if anyone knows the stories. Stuff like that, right? And it's always personal responsibility. I have to take responsibility for those things. But with that, looking in the mirror, it's like I can work on it by. So like you got to start thinking of that. So I can work on it by start moving my body. I can look at it by start watching what I eat. You don't have to be perfect. Don't even try to be perfect because you're gonna go out of the gate 2 days later. You're gonna feel like a disappointment. I've been there. Trust me. This is why I know it's all personal experience. But you're gonna feel like a failure. Then you're just gonna eat those feelings away. Then you're gonna get fatter. Then you're gonna fall into like a downward spiral. So that's no fun either. But it's just simple things like that. Another one is I'm disconnected from my kids because. So you got to look down, like look at it, write this stuff down. And it's I'm disconnected because I'm staring at my phone. I'm disconnected because I don't feel good about myself. I'm disconnected because I have no energy. I'm disconnected because I'm down in the dumps from work or whatever the circumstances are, right? But I can work on it by. So let's switch the script a little bit, and I can work on it by putting my phone down. Put your phone in the other room. I know it's tough. It's a really hard thing, especially nowadays. We're all tethered to those things. You're probably watching this on your phone now, so thank you for that. But when the kids are around, put your phone in the other room. What else can we do? Play. Play is the big one. And play myself, I found if I play with Lennox, I get more energy out of that. So when you start out, it's gonna be like, oh man, I'm so tired, and kids got me running all over the place. But eventually, that'll feed that energy. I know it will. It's contagious. They'll be laughing. Like there's no better sound than your kids laughing. That is, I don't know. That's probably the greatest sound ever. So that'll energize you just to play with them and have some fun with them. And that connection, man, that's all anyone craves. Like I look back now and as a kid, it's just like I wish I had older parents and different circumstances, and my dad, mom, they worked hard. They worked their asses off. But I just wish I had those talks with my dad or my mom. And again, I'm probably romanticizing a lot of this in my head, but it's just like to have those talks and to be open and have the great communication with them. Again, I think I romanticize that, but I didn't get that. I feel like um, I just missed out on some of that. So why would you put your kids through that? Especially if you have the chance. Definitely reconnect with them at any point if you can. And another big one, so this one was probably the biggest one for me, is I had to take responsibility of why I was always letting my partner down. So I was always letting my partner down because I would, break promises. I was, drunk all the time, like blacked out drunk, um, missing things, not being, just letting her down in so many ways. Um, and I had to take personal responsibility for that. And it was hard. It was hard to look in the mirror and get real raw about this and why I was doing this, why I was doing this to myself, why I was doing it to my partner, like why I was doing that to Laura. It was tough to really look in the mirror and get down to the nitty gritty on a lot of this. And I had to work on it, and I can work on it by. So I had to work on it by, going to AA meetings. I had to work at it by making conscious efforts of, um, making keeping in communication if I did go out, stay in communication with my wife and not just go fucking off the deep end or off the rails and not let anyone know what was going on. Um, it was a lot, man. It still is. It's a work in progress. It always is, right? But uh, the alcohol for me was just something I couldn't control, and I had to get a hold of that. And like I say, that was a huge one. That took a lot of personal responsibility. It took a lot of looking in the mirror and just not liking what I was seeing either. That was another big one of I had to be really honest and had to get rid of this some idea I had of myself in my head, and I had to get rid of that and really look at the facts. And once I got factual about it, I was like, I was a shitty person. I have to really take responsibility, and I have to change that. The list again, this can go on, and there's excuses, right? There's excuses for all those things. And most of them are valid excuses, but excuses only sound good to the person saying it. It's funny that the more I've heard that saying and the more I've heard people say it, it's like, holy shit, that's true. Because everyone, like my previous career, everyone always came at me with excuses and sorries and all these kind of things. But it's like, shit just doesn't work, right? Like it's still, you have to take responsibility for it. So it really bears down being honest with yourself. It's the only way anything's going to change. So if you want to change any situation, any feelings you're in, any career path you're on, anything, if you want to change any of that, you have to change. It's the only way. Nothing else will happen. So yeah, if you got any questions with this, any comments, definitely get them down below. Send me a message. I'm always around. And another thing, Laura and I, we've been working over here at LaRock headquarters. That's what we're going to call it, HQ. We have our Safe and Wild self-study course. It's rolling along. Be sure to go to LaRock Life to get signed up for that. You can check out all the details, and any questions you have definitely get answered on there. So Safe and Wild, it came from Laura saying, she said, a relationship where feeling emotions and expressing desires, wants, and needs is safe. It creates this container for a safe relationship. And that creates that container to be wild and playful and passionate and adventurous and free. So once you feel safe, once you have that safe space, you can be wild and you can do all the fun things and have the energy. That's probably the biggest one, is it energizes you. Because I know so many people like myself is down in the dumps, feeling like I had nothing. And these little things, they'll energize you. This is what gives you life, and this is what makes life fun and makes life just fun to live. And it makes you a better parent, makes you a better partner, makes you so many things. And so with that, I will talk to you guys next Thursday.